What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you all again. I hope you had a good day in the markets. Let's talk about Bed Bath & Beyond, how it went today, overall this week, what we may be looking at, where it could be heading, and some support and resistance lines along the ways. If that sounds like something you're interested in, if you don't mind, hit the like button. I'll get right into the information. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just for entertainment purposes only. So let's be entertained. All right. So I think overall Friday went exactly how we were kind of discussing it, right? You got that little breakout there. It didn't quite come in after hours, but in pre-market you got that jump up, which really set the day off nice. Ran into the low 12s like we were talking, and then just kind of grinded there. So all in all, not terrible. What I'm looking at is this channel right here. I think you're going to bounce around in there. So is there probably some downside in the short term? Yes, I would think so. I think we're going to come back, float back down here somewhere in, the mid 8 range, and then probably work our way back up. So what I'm looking for is basically, is it going to play in this channel up to form some sort of cup? So somewhere in the probably 950 to 972 range. If we do get a cup there on the 1 hour, I would think that would probably be the point where we fall out of this channel. I do think it's going to fall out of this channel at some point. So Monday, if the markets stay good, I think we have a good chance of still ranging in here, which would almost bring us into, late Monday, early Tuesday, possibly forming the cup. And then that would bring us into later Tuesday, Wednesday to start falling out and forming that handle, which is expected. I think in this pattern, I think you want to expect that there is going to be some sort of pullback. So that's why I kind of encourage trading this thing. I know a lot of you guys aren't and a lot of you guys won't, but I'm going to continue to say you should be trading this whenever you're seeing these kind of setups. So your buy, your sell, your buy, your sell, you just watch that channel, because it is going to respect it till it does not respect it. And like I say, you don't need every penny. What does it matter what your average is if you're constantly taking profit, finding those entries, taking profit? It's just easier than sitting here waiting for it to go to 1 million or whatever you want it to go to. A lot more controlled. If you were playing those options today, like we said, it was probably going to hit the low 9s. The first time you hit those low 9s, your options are going to have the most value that they're going to have all day. You ride it back down, you get eaten up, you come back in, they're worth a little bit less. You ride it down, you come back up, they're worth even less. So you can always re-enter those things. That's why I say roll those options. Play your 9s, boom. Play your 9s again, boom. Play your 9s again. But it'll come with time. I think as you guys get a little bit more comfortable. Maybe some of you are doing it, and that's awesome because you have a trading plan. You're playing it smart. You're realizing that not everything is meant to be held for eternity. You can be in and out of these plays several times a day if you want to, if you need to. So keep in mind that I do think we're going to bounce around in the channel, like I said. So you're going to see it come down a little bit. I don't know if I'd panic unless I saw the fallout. The fallout would be, as of right now, below, if you see $8.36, I think you can pretty much say that you fell out of there. But you can draw up your trend line and just kind of follow that and make sure that it's riding your trend. So we're looking for a break either down or a break up. I do personally kind of think it's going to ride that trend all the way out to form the cup and then possibly make its breakdown. How are we looking on the Ortex? The Ortex looks like some more shares were returned, but I mean, it's still sitting pretty high. So live short interest percent of the free float, 32.38%. Live short interest, 25.02 million. Cost to borrow down just a fuzz from yesterday, 17.48%. So still 100% utilization, still 1.2 days to cover. As far as the free float on loan, still incredibly high, 68.01. Shares on loan, 52.56 million. So I mean, it still looks good as far as the shorts position goes, but as of right now, we do have to always consider the offering. Where is that coming in? Where is that going to be the resistance point? Where is it going to kind of hold you back? and until you hear news that the offering's been completed, then you'll probably see that little pump happen. So let's just see how all of that goes. But enjoy the weekend, guys. I appreciate you coming back. Have a good one. I hope you had a great day in the markets. They were pumping. What is it going to do on Monday? I don't know. You could kind of tell there towards the end of the day that a lot of things were pinned. A lot of the big blue chips were just pinned. They were bouncing, in like $1 range or something. SPY, Tesla, Apple, whatever. Didn't matter. It was all just hanging out there, like patiently waiting. There was low volume on everything, so I don't think we saw true market prices today, which kind of makes me a little bit concerned. It's almost like the sellers just step back and almost let retail or whatever buy it up, and just drive it up. So are the sellers going to come back in Monday? That'll be another thing to keep an eye on. The markets were pumping, so obviously everything was almost pumping. Didn't matter what you were looking at. You saw green, I would say, across the boards, and that definitely helped you here. So keep an eye on the overall markets as well when Monday rolls around. Are the sellers going to be back in business? Are they going to be hammering on some things? Maybe, because the action just didn't feel real. It didn't feel right today overall in pretty much your across the boards, I'm gonna say, with the bigger blue chip plays. So it does help these smaller plays. You saw several kind of making an upward move. So just keep an eye on that as well. Would have been nice to see the $9 strikes get in the money, but doesn't matter. You know what? At least it wasn't down at $8 or wherever Max Payne was. So this is about as good as we planned. Let's see what happens as far as Monday goes. Worst case scenario, let's say it's going to open up at $8.75. Best case scenario, we're going to be around $9.47. So somewhere in between that range, we're still in the channel, 875 to 945. So keep an eye on that. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Enjoy the weekend. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.